Filling your home with positive emotions. There are some actions you can take to move consciously toward reframing your emotional mindset. You will have more success inviting the risk of kind of emotions into your house if you do the following. Meditate. When you slow your brain down, concentrate, and focus on what you want, your brain engages and moves you close to those goals. When you consciously decide you want to release your anger or fear, you will make room for peace and tranquility. I meditate daily to start my day. I clear out negative thoughts that don't serve me well. I practice gratitude and positivity. I focus on what I need to do for the day and then I engage in my priorities. Above all else, I move forward, not backward. Find the balance. If all you do is work, even though you may love it, you have no time for rest and recovery. Any setbacks or negative emotions kept higher up, and the produce an oversized and cooler I talked about. Dedicate time to activities and the people that bring your life back into balance. For me, they might be a round of golf or taking my dogs for a walk. Both are relaxing breaks. I need to restore my emotional health, create new habits, set new goals, practice much needed self-care routinely. Identify your triggers. This goes back to intentionality. Figure out what makes you angry or frustrates you. Can't stand it when people run late for appointments or cancel at the last minute. Is there a particularly annoying coworker who makes your skin crawl? Do politics, taxes, and global warming or try to neglect the light a fire under you? Take a time, put your triggers into perspective. Some things you can change and control, and some things you can't. Manage your triggers, or they will eat you alive. Resolve to change the way you think. Identify a negative emotion you like to. Rid yourself of a positive emotion you like to enjoy more and make a conscious effort to move in that direction. As you do, consider what Proverbs 23:7 says. A man, as a man thinks in his heart, or so is he. Okay. When you're able to align your heart and your mind, you will be ready to put the power of one more emotion to work for you. One more association. Okay, I'll try to chat. Table of contents. My eyes so tired. It was not good idea to write down on the bed and watching YouTube for about 4 or 5 hours yesterday. So, okay, I'll just listen to it. Okay, contents. One more try. One more and 5 and Time Management Association. One more dream. One more question to ask myself. One more goal. Okay, one more try. One more goal. One more try. 39. Because I've been trying to propose my ideas and the projects to make my dream come true. Okay, so that's why this is good. 39. I'm sorry about that. Matrix. Second, repeat. Matrix. ORAS. Brain. Okay. Optimizing your matrix. Your matrix is already hard to work. Hard at work. But is it working the right way on your behalf? To think about the things that will enhance your life? Yeah, definitely. Or are you thinking about avoiding bad things that will distract from your life? Yes, I try my best, always. There is a difference. Shifting your matrix mindset to more positive framework removes fear and anxiety and replaces those thoughts with confidence and forward momentum. To do this, these things are essential. First, you must intentionally elevate your quality of your thoughts. Frame them in the positive. Set your goals so that when you achieve them, you will be excited about the outcome instead of breathing a sigh of relief that you avoided a crisis. Second, repeat. You must continuously and consciously fill your metrics with the thoughts you want. Let your beliefs become so embedded that you are not even aware they exist. However, your metrics won't lose sight of them. In this way, your metrics will become your biggest ally and turn your thoughts into the results. Program your metrics through intentional repetitions of feelings, words, and visualizations. Be doggedly persistent if you want success. Breaking it down further, activation also comes from preparation, gathering knowledge, courage, permitting yourself to fail, giving yourself permission to chart your path, gratitude, and more. Also, remove procrastination from your life. As Victor Kiam, an entrepreneur and a former owner of a New England Patriots, said procrastination is often an assassin. Conversely, change is the instigator of opportunity. When it's time to dance with a pretty girl, you can't sit on the sidelines. Otherwise, another guy will beat you star with her in no time, and you will just be left at a bar, grumpy and drunk. Few things are more expensive than an opportunity you miss. You pay for them with regret, doubt, and the lingering, haunting feeling of what could have been. English philosopher Francis Bacon once said, "A wise man will make more opportunities than he finds." In the same way, one more thinkers are intentional opportunities. They set their measures in motion and haunt this verbal tool through repetition. Repetition. Okay, it is a habit, right? When you activate your matrix, you will find reality and find more opportunities that will reveal themselves to you in ways you would never have been you would never have seen otherwise. Of course. Beautiful book. Okay. I thought of so many ideas when I'm reading a book. That's why I just make a notes. not to forget it. That's why. Okay, so one more try. It ain't over till it's over. Oh, Yojibira. It's not over till. Okay. It ain't over till it's over. 끝날 때까지 끝난 것이 아니다. It's not over till it's over, right? Okay. If you ever want to achieve anything meaningful in your life, the strategy you must master is one more try. Here's why one more try doesn't run in an isolated path in your life. It's an overarching concept that links to many of other strategies in this book. One of the core beliefs I hold is the importance of compounding. Oh, compounding. Compounding takes place when you attempt one more try time and time again. When you're successful in implementing a one more try mentality, you will create and compound more wins for yourself. Each of those wins creates an incremental advancement toward your goals. You stack them on the top of each other to produce significant long-term changes in your life. Here's a simple example that illustrates the point. When you were a child, the first time you tried to ride a bicycle, you didn't do so well, did you? You probably started with training wheels, going slow and with your mom and your dad by your side to steady you. As you climbed on your bike and day after day, you got better at learning how to balance, pedal, and go forward. Eventually those training wheels came off, and slowly, but surely you started right away on your own. Not long after that, you were whizzing up and those trees and sidewalks without a care in the world. And your life had changed forever until you understand and embrace the fundamental life-changing power of one more try. You want to fully understand why it's essential to try and make one more call, do one more set in the gym, meet one more person at the conversation, or learn one more skill to put your head and shoulders above everybody else. When you act and do the same things as everyone else, you will get the same results as everyone else. Oh, same thing as in everyone else, and you will get the same results as everyone else. When you implement a one more try mentality, that's where you will find your greatest successes and your most significant personal growth. Oh, one more try mentality. Doing so also will give you more confidence than your competitors. It's a secret weapon of sorts. Although they may not see it, you will know you're willing to do it more than them. You are eager to make one more try than they are. That's a tremendous advantage in your favor. This isn't exactly a new idea. Confucius understood the battles that go on in a person's mind when he wrote, "The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right." Oh, Confucius knew that the individual asks the level of what he or she believes in themselves. Confidence fuels your belief that you are worthy of making one more try. Many people like to think of themselves as overachievers. If you call yourself an overachiever, you are declaring that your standard practice isn't go above and beyond what's necessary for achievement. To be an overachiever, you mustn't wholly embrace one more try. There is another critical component to this. Even though you may be willing to do the things that other people aren't willing to do. You must be intentional and look for opportunities in everything you do. That mindset mustn't become second nature to you. When you practice this strategy long enough, it becomes a reflex. You don't think about it, you just do it. Oh, that's true, that's in a habit and routine as well, right? On an even more fundamental level, you must believe that you can create a one more try life for yourself. This is like in confidence, but it's more about the creating a higher level of self-esteem. Absolutely. Many people don't buy into themselves enough, and the limitations they live within come from within. Being your own worst enemy is something I've seen a lot. I don't buy into this limiting mentality, and I don't want you to do either. It doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that way. I learned a long time ago that we all have the wisdom inside us to create the future we want for ourselves. Most of us simply don't tap into the rich being. For whatever reason, we block the part of our identity and accept something less. Sometimes we accept an lesser life because we weren't given a good role model to follow, or we've suffered through adversity that's made us mentally fragile. We wither under criticism and refuse to dig deeper to find our mental toughness and the grit that even we didn't know we had. Here's something that should excite you. When you do break through, the places in where one more try takes places are a lot less crowded than when you run with the pack. Most people give up. They don't do the work you're willing to do, so they want to get the results you got. Rather, when you move to this new place where one more try is the norm, the law of averages is now working in your favor. Simply stated, the more tries equal more successes. That's a good place to start if you are looking for the boost you need to start implementing one more try. Busting open the pinata. One more try is so important that I want to give you a few examples to drive home the point that often lie. It feels like we are making no apparent progress, even though we are. My favorites of these is what I call busting open the pinata. Life is like take a swing at the pinata. That's also an excellent metaphor for how to understand the impact of one more try. There is no external evidence that we are making progress, and that's why people often quit before getting the part of their lives where the candy comes out. The perfect example of this is from a few years ago when I went to a birthday party for a 5-year-old. At the party, there wasn't a pinata, and one by one, and the kids put in the blindfold. They stepped up and were given a bat and a spun around, and then told in a swing at the pinata. The first and a couple of kids grazed the pinata. They were disoriented and didn't know which direction to swing. Even with some well-intentioned help from their fellow partygoers, they didn't know apparent damage to the pinata, or so it seemed. Those kids got a little frustrated when nothing came out. What they didn't realize is that inside the pinata was slowly breaking down. The compound effect of pounding on the pinata, even if it seemed like the pinata was in a holding form, wasn't making a difference. Every time a blow landed, those kids made invisible progress, growing ever close to their ultimate goal of the boosting it wide open. All the kids shrieked and with anticipation after each dump. After a few more whacks and they sensed the paper mat Beast wasn't awakening, still the penalty would not break. When all of a sudden children had taken their swings and mom blindfolded a birthday boy and he stepped on him for his turn. Okay, oh my gosh. Hold on. Okay, those hits and contribute to achieving the goals of getting the candy. Too many people quit their business and their workouts and their relationships before the candy comes out. Although they are making progress, it doesn't always show up externally. My advice to you is to keep hitting the pinnacles of your life. Whether you can see it or not, you are making more progress than you may think. Is this starting to sound like your life yet? It should. We all swing a lot of piñata and early on. We don't generally bust those piñatas open. I told you at the beginning of this book that you are a lot close to realizing your goals and the dreams that you may think, and this is perfect metaphor of the concept. Just like children, you are making invisible progress in your life. Unfortunately, most people don't stick around long to realize an outcome seen from the progress. However, when you know that you're moving forward, even when you can't directly see you're moving forward, oh, definitely, this is just the stage I'm staying now. You're staying more focused on your purposes, processes, and the tasks to accomplish your goals. Invisible progress. Oh my gosh. Invisible progress. Invisible progress that I've been looking for the word for a long time. Invisible progress. Invisible growth as well, right? Invisible progress is more having faith. It's knowledge you've acquired because your efforts produce results on the things you attempted in the past. When you do bust open a pinata, we get an undeniable rush. You've experienced it many times. You know exactly what the rush is. In fact, the harder it is to bust open the pinata, the more intense the rush is. As we keep swinging, anticipation builds. Adrenaline kicks in, confidence grows. You may even get a little angry as you dig deeper and refuse to yield. In your pinata, the candy that Trambasana can be your police. As your financial freedom isn't falling in love with a special someone in your life. It's just landing the dream job you've already wanted. All because you didn't give up. You gave up. You gave it one more try. You gave it one more try, and over time those efforts compounded until you got precisely what you wanted. Okay. You must turn out naysayers in all the negative directions to focus on busting your pinata wide open. You will feel disoriented at times. Doubt may creep into your mind, and you may think that your goal is not worth it. Until you learn how to win those battles, you will never enjoy what your pinata holds for you. If you stay with it not long enough, you will enjoy the fruits of your labors. And everyone else in your circle who sticks around and supports you will enjoy those things as well. Take your swings any minutes you need. Get the candy. And there are a lot of peanuts waiting for you to boost open and enjoy. A father, a daughter, and the power of one more try. Okay. I see if materializes the way I had wanted. And by the time the presentation rolled around, only eight people showed up. I was crushed. I started to doubt whether this wasn't a career for me. I began to think maybe there is something better out there, something else that I wasn't meant to do with my life. I was frustrated and discouraged and didn't know if I should keep doing this or not. I sat down and had a talk with myself. As honest I've ever been. Had I done everything I could for as long as I could? Had I done the right things at the right time? I really needed to decide if I had to put forth my best effort to make go of it. Because I was candid with myself, the answer was no. That's a hard thing for a proud man to admit to himself. Hard, but necessary. Even more important, I had acknowledged my shortcomings. Until that point, I had followed a pattern of quitting when things got hard and embarrassing. I found it easy to pull the plug too easy. Instead of walking away, I dug my heels and I decided I was going to give this one more try. I was going to empty my tank and do everything that I could to make sure that I had given my very best to my chosen profession. Retreating and giving up were no longer options for me. I set my old limiting identity aside and launched a new version of myself that comes Jesus. Talk with myself that refuses to give in, and my decisions to go the distance by tapping into one more try changed my life forever. From that night forward, my efforts and my mindset turned into a business life and that has paid me hundreds of millions of dollars. There's one more example I want to share with you. Fair warning, there's a proud parent and a moment ahead. Those of you who are moms and dads will completely understand where I'm coming from. As I write thus, my daughter, Bella, is 17. Wow, where did that time go? Much to her credit, she recently decided it wasn't time to go out and get a job. Bella operated in a local pizzeria in town and had a great interview. They were ready to offer her the job until one final question tripped her. They asked if she wasn't 18 yet. Since the pizzeria served beer, it wasn't a minimum age requirement. She didn't meet it. Bella called me right after she left that interview. She wasn't dejected. When she shared the news, I was bummed. As a parent, when your child hurts, you do too. But that's not the end of the story. A half hour later, Bella called again. The first words out of her mouth was that I got a job. Talk about somebody else getting candy from Pinata. Your adolescent busted open. I can't even begin to tell you how altered I was. And I was curious. After this disappointing setback, most teenagers will talk their tales between their lesson and head home. But as she was leaving the pizzeria, Bella noticed in a small cafe next door, instead of them passing by like 999 out of 10,000 job hunting teenagers might do, she went inside and started talking to the hostess. One thing led to another, and it turned out the cafe was looking to hire someone, and that person didn't need to be 18. Bella met with the manager and was hired on the spot. That's how my beautiful daughter, using it one more try, took in a potential defeat and then turned it into the victory instead. I'm hard pressed to come up with a more perfect example of how pushing yourself and using one more try can work in your favor. It would have been so easy to give up, but because Annabella made an effort to talk to one more business and she got a job and it changed her life. Perhaps the coolest part is that she didn't it all on her own, like a father like daughter. It's one of the best proud parent moments I have I've had in my life. Okay, 3 ways that a one more try can turn into an overachiever. Your passion in becoming an overachiever is linked directly to one more try. The more you try and the more you achieve. Here are three achievement principles you need to consider. Extremity expands capacity. Your most significant gains don't come from place you already at and where you already been. Your greatest gains and success happen when you push yourself in new places and in new limits. Oh, beautiful. You create an extreme condition compared to what you've used to. And when you do that, you expand your capacity for success. Your new level of capacity becomes your new norm. As you become more comfortable pushing yourself to extremes, you become more confident because you know what waits for you on the other side. If you're worried about pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, don't be. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get your rest. But I found that most people are tired from too little activity instead of too much activity. High degrees of activity produce energy, and you feed off this energy, much like in batteries. If you don't use your battery, you tend to lose it over time. But when you use your energy, that produces even more energy. When you produce more energy, you can go to more extreme place. Once you've been to that place and you're able to see it, feel it, touch it, and understand what the new level of capacity is for you. Those of you who know me now know why I adopted the motto max out for 30 years. I've understood in the maxing out of life creates in a new extreme level. Then your extreme level creates a new capacity in the place and where you will grow and achieve the most results. In other words, and when you max out and you will also max up. Winning is numbers and game. If you want to be an overachiever, you must create better numbers for whatever is important to you. Much of your success will come down your commitment to executing basic tasks again and again. You must learn to do simple things well. You must be obsessed with perfect processing, repetitively, repetitively until you create big enough numbers to give you the wins you're looking for. Overachievers don't think in terms of quality and quantity. They think in terms of quality and quantity. Oh, quality and quantity. Tiger Woods doesn't just go through the motions when he practices hitting golf balls from 2 to 4 hours a day. He's obsessed with repetitively hitting each ball the right way, with the same backswing, same stroke, and the same follow through each time. If you watch The Last Dance and a documentary about Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls, you saw how hard Jordan pushes himself. You either got bored with Michael's level of practice and play, or you didn't. Lesson very long. Jordan didn't land in the record books by accident. He understood that you must put in the work and rack up the numbers when you practice so that you can rack up victories of all kinds when you play. Okay.